Time for 7 First Alert weather.
Our weather pattern is considerably more calm today than what we saw compared to yesterday, but we are still seeing some clouds linger in some areas more towards the northern part of the state, north and west, and we are seeing some more clearing as we go into the east part of the state as well. And however, that radar scan is going to start looking really different because our next system is on the coast right now, but we get a little bit of a break in the meantime. So even though it's calm right now, it's going to stay that way just for a little while before we see things start to change again. A lot of those mountain locations saw lots of snow these past 3 days. So these are some of the snowy views we have here from McCall. You can see again, we saw those clouds lingering in the north and western part of the state. So that we're seeing that in McCall area. And then if we go over to Stanley, you can see more of those blue skies are peeking through and a wonderful wintry landscape there. But you can see some of those clouds are moving out over in Stanley as well. And it looks like a beautiful bluebird sky for most of the day in the Sun Valley area. And again, lots of snow. So lots of snow for those mountain locations. Temperatures are just really cold. So it could make for some tricky travel for us if you're headed out to the mountains, because we're going to see temperatures staying below zero, not below zero, below freezing a lot of the time. So let's look at the weekend all in one picture, shall we? So for tomorrow morning, the low is going to be quite frigid. We're expecting teens in some valley locations. We do warm up to about 37 degrees. And then Sunday, I mentioned, we see a little bit of a break, but then snow comes back and our radar is going to look more active. So the high is expected to be 38 on Sunday. We could see some snow move back in valley locations. And over to the mountains, we're talking about very cold temperatures with the lows below zero in some spots. And then we warm up to the 20s to the lower end of the 30s. And then Sunday, we're again expecting more snow for those areas. So here's how some of that moisture plays out. Again, you can see that the clouds are going to be sticking around, and then we see a little bit more moisture start to move in our area Saturday night, and that's when we start to see things change. So Sunday, we're expecting more of that snow. Well, how much snow? We already saw a pretty good amount of snow, right? How much more can we expect? Well, starting early Sunday morning, we're going to see that moisture move in, and then we could see a couple more inches of snow in some of those mountain locations. For valley locations, we may see about 1 or 2 is on the high side, so between 1 and 2 inches of snow. It's really going to depend on that temperature, because we could see some melting and see some of that precipitation fall as rain. But in the meantime, before Sunday, I think the temperatures are going to be our main focus, because it's going to feel quite a bit colder compared to what we have seen the past few days. So mountains, we're talking about, again, temperatures in the single digits. So definitely feeling frigid in some of those areas, and we're talking about teens for the lows in some of those valley locations. We do warm up into the higher end of the 30s, a high expected of 36 degrees for the Boise area tomorrow. But it's a very frigid start before we start to see more snow on the way. Some of those snow showers could linger into Monday, but overall, those cold temperatures are going to be sticking with us throughout your 7-day forecast.
All right, so people will definitely need to bundle up if they're out and about tomorrow.